Hello friends, this is Ricky Chadha. This video, I must admit, is pretty long. I need some time to explain to you what I have mentioned in the description or in my title. Three major planets, the slow moving planets, which are taking transit in one year, single year, 2023. And believe me, many people put a comment, okay, but then that why do I talk so negative? So I asked them if there is something that I can see. Am I not supposed to just tell it to you, say that out, speak it out? Anyways, my job is to make you aware of certain things that are good and bad both. In this video, I shall be explaining to you when we are entering into the new year 2023. First of all, we have to understand how do we look at a new year? In a very generic way, 31st of December is the last day, and the 1st of January we start with the new year. But in Hindu calendar, the Vikram Samvat is the day of Gudi Padwa for when the new year begins for us. I'm keeping both in mind and explaining to you. And at few points, I will explain to you the Hindu New Year and the English New Year both. So, once again, I'm repeating as a disclaimer, this video is not about creating any fear, but just to make you aware. See, 2023, the year is going to be quite an eventful year. And many people who has witnessed 2020, the COVID year, I call it now. And if you think it all that what we have seen is over, then believe me, we have something more to see now. There could be some major events, many events in fact, all over the world. So I'm not speaking only about our country, India, but it's going to be globally, it's going to be within the country, it's going to be our personal life, and so on. And both good and bad things. This year would be very different from the past few years that we have witnessed. A complete transformational changes I can see, where you would see many things will come to an end and there would be new beginning. And I have been saying this for a long time now, that this decade 2020, 2020 to 2030, this 10 years, it's a period where there would be a lot of destruction because there is new things have to be built up. In 2023, 2023, there are two major the planets and a shadowy planet, that's Rahu, three planets in fact, are going to move or transit. But out of this, there are two major planets. One is Rahu and the other is Jupiter. That will complete its cycle. Now, what is a cycle? You know, in Kalpurush Kundli, for a default Kundli, we always measure from 0 degree, which is the first degree in the nakshatra of Ketu, that's Ashwini, from where everything begins and it ends at Revati at 360 degrees. So Jupiter is going to come to an end, crossing a Gandanta point, reaching the new beginning on the 22nd of April. It's a new cycle which will begin for Jupiter. Similarly, Rahu, which is now transiting in the sign of Aries, because it always goes retrograde, it will cross over from Aries to Pisces. So even that will go from 360 to come back to zero. From zero, it will go back to 360. For Rahu, it's a anti-clockwise new cycle which is beginning. We have to understand this first. Apart from these two transits, two major planets, the third and the most important planet that will transit, and it is going to set a trend for the next 3 years, that is Saturn on the 17th of January. If you have understood this, at least the three planets, you will understand what I am talking about for the new year which is coming. See, both the planets, Rahu and Jupiter, will cross over, they will exchange, and both are going to run into a Gandanta point. There would be major events, and I am very open and openly saying that would shake the entire world. For an individual, you and me, this would be a life changing year for good and for bad both. All the forecasts, whether it is weather forecast, whether it is you are into a business and you want to know about your customers, your clientele, and so on, all the forecasts are based on historical data. So when I say 17th of January, Saturn is going to enter into the sign of Aquarius, its Mool Trikona sign, its own Rashi. I have to even see when did last Saturn enter the same point and what had happened, right? Similarly, if Jupiter is beginning a new cycle, when did it last begin a new cycle and what had happened? So is the case with Rahu as well. So I'm going to speak more on the basis of historical data, and then we will analyze what can we see in future. Also, as I mentioned, that a new year, Hindu New Year, begins on the Gudi Padwa, which falls on the 22nd of March 2023, right up till 9th of April 2024. Now, in this, from Gudi Padwa to Gudi Padwa, something is very important. Six eclipses are getting into this year, which is a very rare phenomena. Okay. Saturn last visited the sign of Aquarius. Now, I'm talking about the past history. So, Saturn last visited Aquarius in the year 1993 on the 5th of March, and it remained in that sign Aquarius till the 1st of June 1995. Fine. I want you to check what happened in your life during that time, and I'm sharing some events with you which I've gathered from Google and various places. Mumbai Stock Exchange bomb blast took place in 1993. It was in the month of March. Latur witnessed a very bad earthquake in 93 September. It was in September. In Gujarat in 1994, Saturn is still in Aquarius. It witnessed a plague which broke out in Gujarat and many people died. 1995, Saturn is still in Aquarius. There was a virus Ebola which broke out. But now let's talk about what was the good thing also. Not that all bad things would happen. So, the Prithvi missile was launched in the same year. Also, you must have seen that Miss Universe, Sushmita Sen was Miss Universe. Aishwarya Rai also the same year was Miss World. In Delhi, we introduced metro rail. So these are the good things that also happened. Between 93 and 95, when Saturn was in Aquarius, then Jupiter and Rahu never changed or didn't get into the new cycle. It changed Rashi, but it did not get into the new cycle, which is happening this year. Jupiter will be transiting 2023 on the 22nd of April into the sign of Aries. So because Aries is starts with a 0 degree, so I would say it's a new beginning for Jupiter. Jupiter last, I'm talking about past now, Jupiter last entered into the new cycle on 8th of May 2011. So let us check what happened when in 2011, occurred, so we can at least forecast or predict what can happen in next few months for us. In 2011, you must have heard of Anna Hazare Andolan protest. Mamata Banerjee was sworn in as a CM for the first time. There was a bomb blast in Mumbai. There was an earthquake in Sikkim. Rahu also will change the sign in 2023, but it's a long way to go because it's happening on the 30th of October 2023, where a new cycle begins for Rahu. Now Rahu will get into a new cycle from Pisces, moving back. It did so last time in 2005, somewhere in the month of March. So let us check when Rahu started with the new cycle in the year 2005 and 6, because it normally remains for 18 months. What had happened? On 26 July, Mumbai saw the worst of the rains, where Mumbai for 5-6 days was completely stagnant. In Saudi, during the Hajj time, there was a stampede. 7 bomb blasts took place in Mumbai. Now let us talk about what if I have to only speak about India, where I know that the chart of India is where the moon Rashi of India is Cancer. For Cancer people, as you know, Saturn is going into the 8th house after 17th of January. So it's called as a Ashtama Shani. Rahu would be in the 9th house. Jupiter would be in the 10th house. Later, Rahu and Jupiter will exchange their house and their places will differ then. All these transits, I would say, it's my view, it's not quite favorable. Now, when I say not favorable, what can I see? See, India particularly will face financial instability. There would be food crisis, unemployment and inflation will reach its peak. So I can say India would definitely get into a recession period. There would be major, and believe me, I'm talking about real good major earthquakes possible, flooding, chances of a tsunami. There would be major explosions, terrorist attacks, bomb blast, unrest in the country. I'm sorry to say this, but then this is what can be seen. There would be terrorist attacks and activities all around the world, and earthquakes also would be around the world, but I can see this time happening in India. Major earthquakes will come. Now, as we have seen some good things happening in the past, I've already mentioned, I see major changes happening for India too. That means we may go into instability, financial instability, banking sector, for food grain crisis, and but there would be certain new beginning, some new development, some changes in the government, political changes would definitely come, and things will change for better. As I have also always mentioned in many of my videos, I'm repeating the statement once again. To construct anything, the first step that begins is destruction. Without destruction, there cannot be construction. So this is a time when We are decluttering ourselves. Earth is going through a declutter process, and so 2023, you can see. I can also. It's my view again. I don't have any other way of uh, checking that no this may, but I see because keeping Rahu and then some aspect like Saturn at some point will be having a third drishti, the third eye on both Rahu and Jupiter. And whenever it happened last, it has been major events, and especially to do with Rahu represents viruses. We have to once again be a little careful with viruses. Maybe some new variant may come out. So, friend, this was all about 2023. If you did like this video, give it a like. Yes, you are free to comment on my comment box and say if you have to say something. But these are my views, and I am quite positive. Uh, and I see for major, because see, many things has happened in the new cycle begins. Many people will get married. Some people will be blessed with a child. There would be people who would change their career, their profession. Something new will come up, and many things. See, COVID. If you look at the positive side of COVID, we have developed so many things. Today, we all are working from home. It's only because we could see that it is possible to work from home. So whenever there is a event of this sort, we always try to come out of it, making some resolution, resolving few things, and what we come up, we could have not thought of it until and unless you are into a situation. Anyways, if you think the video made sense, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell icon as well. Thank you so much.